Hi there, this is Glitch, and we're gonna be doing some more Fault Milestone 2. It's related to something very, very important, but I can't remember at all. Ring, ring. Ah, that's right, the wind chime. One day the cord on the chimes came loose, causing it to fall and shatter. I'd almost forgotten the shock I felt that day. Ring, ring. Yes. I desperately gathered its shards and tried to piece it back together. For hours and hours I kept trying and trying to repair the broken chime. Fragments that were too small for me to find I created using Manicrevette. It was the very first time in my life that I created glass using Manicrevette, but it wasn't the right colour. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get the same colour. It always ended up changing. My grandfather's precious memories. I exhausted every single means and method I heard of, even just in passing, trying to recreate the same blue-green colour. After 3 days, I finally resembled something like wind chimes. That's pretty badly broken. Even the colour looked similar enough to how it looked before it broke, but it never again made the same sound as it had when I sways it in the wind. Who the heck's thinking this? Sell-een. Huh. What the? It's dark, and there's jellyfish. Where is this place? It's so dark. Am I in space? No, there's jellyfish! There's jellyfish! Well, yeah, of course, there's jellyfish, we're in space. Yeah, jellyfish. We're totally in space, Yeah, what's in space? Jellyfish. Jellyfish are in space, that's right. I swear jellyfish were in the ocean. No, jellyfish were in space. Space for jellyfish. Jellyfish own space. Wait, no, that's not even possible. Think. Just what happened? Yes, I was chasing Soul down. We were right up to a dead end. And then, what happened? I can't remember. And where am I? The moment I try to get up, every joint in my body aches and creaks. It feels like a straw rope is rubbing against me. The sensation is dulling my senses and thoughts. This feels so repulsive. As if the blood flowing through my veins is thickening. Oh God. Coagulating. Coagulating? I've seen that word before. I don't know how to say it. Oh God. What? On the other side of the room was another bed. On it was a young girl reading a book. Oh hey. Oh hey. Oh hello. Why hello, foxy lady. Did you notice my getting up? She's glancing this way. Though she seems to be uninterested, she sighs and turns her attention back to her book. Who is she? Oh, she looks so cool. Sorry to interrupt you in the middle of your reading, but just what is this place? Eratum. After making that remark, she scowls and stares at me, eyes full of disdain. How shameful. Don't you have any pride in your own country's language? What? I'm taken aback for a moment. That's surprising. I didn't expect to come across anyone who could speak sane Arajan here. In the Rugenshade dialect, no less. Is this just a dream? Isn't it customary to introduce yourself in your mother tongue? Suddenly talking in Eratum sure says a lot about how uninformed you are about manners. How long ago was that custom from? I stopped myself from saying it mid-sentence. Only the elderly would be the kind to say something like that. It was a practice that conveyed great respect for the one you are speaking to. That way you could learn the other's greeting in their native language. But suffice to say, the custom became outdated with the introduction of verbatim. I have heard of that custom before. It originated within the Alliance, I believe. You're royalty, aren't you? You dirty little brat. Regan's Haid must be at the end of the rope with people like you at the helm. Excuse me? What did she just... This is a joke, right? It damn well better be. Well, what she just said was beyond rude, that I can't construe it as anything but a crass joke. Do you have a chip on your shoulder or something? You've been doing nothing but picking a fight with me this entire time. This was my room. Huh? She's dead. But she's pretty. She places a lot of emphasis on the was. You've been lying on the spot that for 3 days already. For 3 days? I was unconscious for that long? She scowls at me again, as if cursing me for my being here. I see. It looks like I've been intruding on her space the entire time. I've caused her trouble without realizing it. My apologies for me to have stayed in your room for 3 days without so much as an introduction. Please do excuse me for my rudeness. Some unavoidable circumstances had me unconscious for quite a while, you see. Now for my long-delayed introduction. Serio, my name is Britona. I extend my arm for a handshake. She said this at the beginning, in the other chapter, I think. But it is completely ignored, as I'd expect. Is she royalty? Oh, my apologies. I suppose you wouldn't want to touch the hand of this dirty little brat. Having been confined to the unconscious for a whole 3 days, I'm sure I'm quite filthy by now. I truly do apologize. I should have forcefully roused myself from my comatose state to take a proper bath. Really, what did I have to lose my consciousness without even taking you into consideration, even though I've only learned of your existence merely moments ago? I'd better start practicing clairvoyancy to prevent any possible incidents of me causing trouble for you in the future. Fine, I got it. Visario, Ritona, I'm Paige Lowe's Skillon. This girl, Paige, introduces herself and extends her hand. Welcome to my ward, my world. She smiles ever so slightly, with a half-sleepy look on her face. Why the change in attitude all of a sudden? Honestly, I was prepared for even stronger rebuttal from you. I'm pretty fond of sarcasm, you see. Only someone with a sharp mind can hide the sharpness in their words. Oh yeah, I like Paige. She's awesome. She's like, I like sarcasm. It's excellent. I mean, I'm awful with sarcasm, but I love. Oh, this is like the ultimate bitch fight. But yeah, it's fantastic. If you had started panicking right then and there, I'd have chased you out. I hate scenes like that. Is that so? I didn't expect her to take a liking to that response. I also hate people who are way too accommodating the first time around. Oh my god, she's like my person. I'm like, yeah, if I dislike you, I say it. And oh my god, Paige is great. I love Paige. We're gonna take her away with us. I don't care if she's a ghost or something. Can someone please explain why we've got jellyfish around us and everything? I mean, we're probably in that thing, but there's no floor by the looks of it, so I'm kind of worried. People like that expect others to respect them just because they act that way. You didn't. I see. With that sentiment, I feel like I've understood the reason for Paige's polarizing personality. I feel I somehow understand. She's trying to say, Back then, I also had that line of thought. But with my job as royal guardian came a need for a polite and amicable facade. One cannot survive in this world solely on that kind of blunt frankness. So this means she's the type to remain standoffish till she's assessed whether or not someone can be her friend, eh? 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 She'll definitely hate nice people, like Salphine and Rune, right off the bat. I like this girl, oh yeah! She doesn't like Salphine and Rune because she has common sense. Do. I love a person that has common sense, oh yes, oh yes. Oh yes! It's fantastic, it's so amazing, it's fantastic, yeah. Oh. Well, basically, she's quite the pain to deal with. Well, she's not. Oh my god, no. She's fantastic to talk to. A wave of self-loathing hits me when I think of how I was just like her back then. Ah, that's right. There is something I'd forgotten to ask. What is it? You look so serious all of a sudden. If we're going to keep this conversation up, I want to clear something up. Clear something up? I'm not royalty. I am just a layperson, a stray dog, if you will. So call me dirty or filthy all you want. But I demand you take back any insults against my country and its nobility. I tell her this all in an almost indifferent tone. Raising your temper against someone like Rip Page only means you've lost. But one still needs to stand their high ground against her. It's important to draw the line, to make things clear. Sure. It's not like I really mean it seriously. I'll take those remarks back. I knew it. Even with that attitude and manner of speaking of hers, she's not a bad person at heart, probably. Well, I hope she's not going to stab us in the back. I can't see anything she can stab us with, except from possibly those books, that chair leg. Maybe she's just going to punch us, you know. Alright, I think we can hold a proper conversation now. Strange. It's as if I can sense Paige's intentions. By the way, just where did you hear that I was royalty? The doctor was calling you a royal guardian. A royal garden. They know I'm a guardian? Just who is this doctor she's talking about? Wait, Paige, did you just say that the doctor called you a royal guardian? The pronunciation's off. It's guardian, not guardian. Also, it refers to my occupation, not my social status. Normally, one wouldn't make a misunderstanding like that. This has been on my mind the entire time, but where did you learn to speak, saying Arjizan, Paige? Oh, maybe she's the daughter of the doctor. Hers is a near fluency, but she's got some strange accents here and there. It's definitely not her native language. I couldn't imagine a situation where she'd have to use saying Arjizan all the time on the other side of the world like here. The language is from a country so far away from here. How did you manage to learn it? That's because the doctor is from Rugenshade. Huh? I had him teach me. What? What? Someone from Rugenshade? A doctor? It can't be. Is that doctor's name? Hey Paige, you there? Yes, Dr. Rupica. You can come in any time. Did you just say Rupica? You did, didn't you? Preposterous. No, it's not completely out of the question, but what are the chances? I thought I told you to drop the doctor bit. Oh, This room had a door. A slender middle-aged man wearing a coat worn by years of use appeared from the middle of the darkness. A quick once-over tells me he's somewhere in his 40s. The math adds up. This man, he really is. Vils, you up already? Guardian, a lot faster than I expected. He speaks with a smooth, fluent Sane Ajarizadan accent. It's unmistakably his native language. But where is this place? Why was I abducted and brought here? You're a little off. Abducted isn't the right word. I didn't abduct you. I brought you here out of goodness of my heart. Amazing a doctor I am. Even I can't cure anyone from death. Or what? Yeah, the question you actually should be asking me is, why did you go out of your way to save my life? Are you Rupa Gruus? I figured. If you knew who I am, then that means you're from Rugenshade. Answer me. Are you Rupa Gruus, the one who was exiled from Rugenshade 10 years ago? Just a little off again. I don't know what kind of rumours are going on around over there, but I chose to leave Rugenshade. Not exiled, got it. Though that's just a triviality. What are you doing in a place like this? Huh? Well, saving your life for one, I suppose. Now my turn to ask questions. You're a royal guardian, aren't you? Like, where's your escorty? Don't tell me someone like you's protecting the likes of Valar, are you? I'm not a guardian. You're lying. I suggest you try and come up with a better believable fib next time. And just how can you be so sure I am? Where's your proof? Just one I look at your Manacravet's signature tells me everything I need to know. Ophir of Zeal, a Rugenshade format. The ceremony for that kind of Ophir lasts a long period, about 2 years I think. Nobody but a guardian would undergo that. When you try and forcibly strengthen someone's Manacravet that much, their signature's going to have some pretty obvious quirks. An average Joe from any country could easily tell. No way. No layperson could possibly infer all that from just a glance at a Manacravet's signature. Well, honestly, even I doubted my eyes for a moment. I never expected to come across anyone who underwent the Ophir of Zeal here. Huh? Oh boy, you're trying to keep your guard up now. Come on, it's not like I'm going to eat you or anything. Are you going to eat me? This is the question. I just want to have a nice chat, okay? Relax. It's Princess Delphine. King Valar is under the protection of someone else from the Knights. You serious? Say, how old are you? Like 20-something? 19. 19? Hey, Paige, she's the same age as you. Yes, so she is. A royal guardian at 19. That's crazy. I thought there was an age limit for cravaters. I'm a jewel cravater. So you're a jewel cravater and you become a guardian. Pretty sure you had to be a member of the knighthood to be a guardian. And to be a knighthood you had to be a cravater. I was personally designated guardian by both King Valar and Princess Delphine. I'm only a jewel cravater, but I was allowed to enlist as an honorary member of the knighthood. That's awfully nice of them, ain't it? You're like the first ever, aren't you? I'm surprised those guys let you in, considering they'd rather stick to regulation rather than reason. But then, that's kind of weird. What's the Princess Royal Guard doing in a place like this? I thought a guardian was supposed to, I don't know, guard their escorts. Where's Princess Delphine? She's currently in Rugenshade. I was relieved from my duties as her guardian, so I decided to travel the world to forget about my grief from that. Why do you insist on doing this the hard way? This hurts, you know. Do I really look like the bad guy here? And why do you think I'm lying? It makes even less sense for the princess to be on this side of the world. It takes a minimum of 2 years to get to Viscanta, and that's assuming you don't take any detours or run into any trouble. Actually, it can take a lot less than that. Counting back 2 years from your age puts your departure at about 17, 18 years old. The 2 year ceremony for your ophia then puts you at 15, maybe 16 years old. Unless you were fired as soon as you were assigned your position, the math doesn't add up. Don't tell me. The princess is here, isn't she? Right here in Viscanta. Is Valar here too? No. That's a long story. I see. Okay then, let's hear it. All of it. I've got all the time in the world. Well, I don't. I can't leave my companions to fend for themselves like this. I must get to looking for Selphine as soon as I can. I'm afraid that's not possible. Why? Because if you leave this room, you'll die. Huh? What? Well, technically, you will die if you leave this facility, to be exact. In any case, you can't just up and leave. Well, what do you mean? You're not making any sense. You've been feeling pretty bad lately, haven't you? Haven't you ever thought of why you suddenly just collapsed out of nowhere? Well, you've been to the outer pole, haven't you? Not only that, but you've used some pretty oh, see, I told you! You've also used some pretty draining large-scale maneuver there. Ah, so just relax. Well, unless, of course, you want to die. Oh, wait. That's basically what a villain says, huh? Huh? So why is she here? I like that girl. I hope she comes with us. Can you believe it? It was some indiscriminate mass homicide case. Kihi! Rudo. I guess you aren't that rude, are you? My bad. And everyone else recognizes me as Rune. But with my taking on this identity of Rune, regardless of what reasons I may have, there is no way for me to take back my past sins. I have to get ready, Zavitz. We're going. Was there some kind of message? Bruce will be showing himself soon. Is someone from Rugenshade really in a place like... They spoke in fluent, sane Arja Zirdan with clear Rugenshade accent. If it isn't Gruz, then it's almost certainly someone else from Rugenshade. Is Retona inside? Seems like she's alive, but that was all I was able to hear. There's no choice. We'll have to go meet them as promised. Is he dangerous? All doctors are. They can take lives even without the use of battle cravat. Don't say something so ominous. Judging by our situation, he shouldn't try to harm us. But he can't be trusted. Just make sure you're ready for anything he's got prepared. Retona. Understood. Well, this is quite unexpected. Meeting you in a place like this. Now that's crazy. Rupika Gruas. Princess Selphine Rugenshade. You're still alive? Don't just kill me off like that. And just what are you doing in a place like this? Yeah, I think I'm the one who's supposed to be saying that. It's a long story. Haven't you already heard from Regan's Faster? Yeah. But you see, I'm not dumb enough to go, oh, okay, when someone tells me something that absurd. Definitely the logical response. That means she's told you everything, hasn't she? I thought Rugenshade was supposed to be impenetrable. You mean unimpenetrable? Just what happened back there? Just who is Melano? That Melano person? Is she from the Union? I wouldn't know. There was no declaration of war, no advance warning, not a single shred of information. All I can assume is that they pulled off the perfect surprise attack. The fact that you're here now means that she told me wasn't a total lie. By the way, about when did this episode of Emperor Syndrome kick in? That is none of your business. So it's Regan. A pretty mild one, though. It's like she did a half-assed job trying to pull out her ancestors' memories. Oh, God. Hey there. So, my microphone just fell out. Well, my headphone just slipped out because it got caught on my leg, which wasn't very helpful. So I basically screwed up, and so we're gonna have to go back to the state. We're gonna have to. Okay, right. I have no idea how far we're gonna have to go forwards. I didn't save it for a while. I don't think I saved it since when did I last save it? Oh my god. I've done like 2 recordings today, so this is pretty bad. Okay, back. Come on. Oh, I'm so hungry. I feel like self-thean at the moment. Oh yeah, now they're having a nice tea party. This is so weird, this tea party. They're just like, oh, it's not poisoned, you know? And she's like, oh, I know, but I don't trust you still. You tried to kill me before. I'd like it if she could get cured. I want that other girl to come and join us now. The girl that Ratona met. I feel like her and Ratona could hit it off. I don't even care. I just want Ratona. I think Ratona likes girls. That's all I'm gonna say. I think she does, and because she was that rude in that way, and there was kind of a hint of her liking Selphine, and yeah, that was in the first one. Yeah, I think that's the most likely case. Oh my god, we've got so much to do. I actually quite like that doctor. He's cool. Yeah. I don't think he's gonna do anything bad. At least I don't think so. I hope not, at least. Oh look, she is a female there. Oh wow, it's obvious. If only I'd noticed more. That was interesting with the room thing. That was awesome. I thought it was pretty badass how Room killed them, all of those people in the first one, where it was the P1 or something, and of course her husband died. I thought that was awesome. That was great. I mean, it got seriously dark, but it was fantastic. It was nice to have someone that isn't like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be all good and everything. I don't know if that's Ratona's memory. I'm still trying to work out. I'm guessing Ratona was like living on the streets when she was younger. I think she was, and oh wow, that's a nice. Just stop for a moment. That's a really nice picture. Okay. I'm sorry if you can hear my stomach grumbling. I'm very hungry right now. I will eat after this. I've got some bread defrosting. It's good. I've got some gammon to go with it. Oh yeah. That's making me more hungry. He kind of reminds me of Sid a bit. Just like the way he looks kind of reminds me of Sid. When Sid was kind of pretending to be insane. That was a pretty good act though, you have to admit. This is in number 1, by the way. Okay, let's slow down. God, we should just tell her. Tell this guy what we've been through, basically. That's a bit iffy to me. Oh no. Oh wait, we're back. Go back. Oh, this is like... this guy is like... Oh god, no, wait, hang on. This guy is just like getting all the crazy things happen to him at the same time. It's great. Half-assed job that we are. Hmm. Hmm. And who's this girl? Rune Zavitz. Rune Zavitz, huh? That's certainly a strange name. No, it's not Rune, it's Rune Zavitz. Zavitz rings a bell. Ah, maybe she's got the same name. Nah, no way. Especially with a name like Zavitz. Huh? Is that Zavitz as in the Zavitz Corporation in the Outer Pole? You know about it. I'm pretty sure there was a girl named Rune from there. Although I heard she died. Yes, I am that Rune. No way. Just who are you people? There is a limit to how far you can stretch a lie, you know. We have more than enough time. Please hear us out. Oh god, this is like the dots between. And that's the gist of it. Ruritona was in that bad of a condition. She's lucky this place has a Vita domain. Otherwise she'd have been pushing out daisies by now. She really can't leave the domain. Whoa, stop. Slow down. It's not like there's no hope for her. Just that I need the princess over there to do me a little favour. What? I got the one plan that'll solve everything for us. Nice and neat. Oh? There's a way for Rotona to travel with us again. Yep. Enough with the smoke and mirrors. What do you want? Now, no need to be so edgy here. He's just gonna want to come home with us. Down to base tax, Miss Princess. You should let me go with you to Rugenshade. Eh? Why? Because that's the favour I want from you. Is that so? Right now, Retona's internal mana rhythm is way out of whack. We need to return it to normal. After about 4 days inside the domain, she should be well enough to set foot outdoors. And after that, she's on a year or two's worth of meds every day. Special stuff that I personally have to monitor and prescribe. Meds? What kind of medicine? The kind that helps to stabilize and preserve your body's internal mana rhythm. She has to take these meds every day, no question asked. Kind of a pain, but it's better than never being able to use mana cuvette again, or just plain kicking the bucket. So that means she can use mana cuvette again. Well, not initially, of course. It will take her another 1 or 2 months minimum for her to be able to use most cuvette again. Oh, come on. Don't you make that face, Princess. This is practically a miracle, you know. The fact that this town has a Vita domain, that there's a facility here that can use its healing abilities, and that a doctor like me is here. Not only does she have the chance to live, but there's a possibility she can return to being a guardian too. Just what are the chances of all of this happening? It's normally been almost impossible, unless you're in a novel thing. I don't really know what this is called. It's unless you're in a manga, a cartoon. Woo! Yeah. I'd expect you to be thankful. It all turned out like this, but I'm honestly pretty disappointed that you'd think that way. If you taught us how to make the medicines, then maybe you could do something about it ourselves. Nope. Even if you could make those meds, only a pro can properly administer medical care to those who've undergone a guardian level of ophia. Now, assuming we could enter the alliance, I can't guarantee you passage into Rugenshade, even if I personally grant you permission to do so. That's because the incumbent ruler is King Valar. Well, that's part of the deal. You have to do something about that. I have my doubts on this. I can't get in touch with Regan's Hasta. Seems as if our Comicravat line has been cut. Do you know why? There are two reasons. One, her condition. With the way she is now, she can't maintain a steady connection. It was probably cut when she collapsed. Reason two, that facility seems to set up such that Comicravat line has to be connected to a certain way, or else you can't communicate. Hang on, I need a drink. The mana of the domain is pretty sensitive and all. They're trying to block out anything that could disturb the flow of mana in the domain. Let me meet with Regan's Hasta. This is our bare minimum condition. Nope, no can do. The domain go over capacity. More of your lies, I assume. I'm dead serious. We can't have anything putting even more strain on the Vita domain. I got a real earful from Scatorio, from just by me getting Retona in there. Well, You said that the Comicravat line's been cut, right? Right, well, Retona has this thing called a transceiver. Maybe we could contact her with that. Transceiver? Just tell her that she'll understand. Well, I don't get it, but whatever. I'll just tell her to use it. No biggie. Just give me a minute. I'll connect to the one working line and tell her cute roommate to pass on the message. Let's check if Retona's still already awake. Roommate? If she's asleep, just give her a slap or two. Sleeping is a vital time like this. At a vital time, she sure is carefree. I'm not going to push the issue. Just let her sleep. Her body's desperately trying to restore its mana rhythm back to normal. Retona needs as much rest as she can get right now. Anyway, just give me a minute. I'm not going to try pulling anything. Paige? Yeah, about your roommate there. She's still asleep? Uh-huh. Alright. Nah, just some stuff going over here. Well, just wait a minute. Look, I'll buy it for you, okay? Hey, look, you can't just ask me to. Someone's inside the facility. Regan. What? Are you really going to go with what he's asking? This is the plan. Why? You barely know anything about him, right? And if you're just going to do as he asks, indeed, his demand is absolutely unreasonable. Still, I must abide by what he said once. How come? I think. This isn't a give-and-take negotiation. In a sense, it's a downright coercion. Huh? Well, what do you mean? Think about his demand, going back to Rugen's aid. To accomplish this, we need Rugen's Hasta to be in good health. We also need a guarantee that she can recover. Taking all this into account, he is basically holding her ransom. There was never any intent to negotiate in the first place. Do you get it? It may have looked like we were negotiating, but in essence, this is what Gru says. Unless you take me with you to Rugen's aid, I can't guarantee Retona will survive. But the part about her being able to take medicine might be a lie. Even what he said about her condition. It's possible that he just really kidnapped her. There's no way for us to tell if she's actually perfectly fine, and that Gru's person just fed her sugar pills to make her think her life's in danger. Exactly. There's no way for us to tell. There's no merit in us trying to pry any more information from him, at least for now. I'm sure you've realized that Regan Hasta's condition has deteriorated ever since we set foot in this town. It's a pretty thin line, isn't it? Therefore, with the way things are proceeding now, we must make two things clear. With Regan's Hasta truly to be able to leave this facility after 4 days, and will she be able to continue on our journey without any issues? As long as we can ensure these conditions, then we can continue. Let's play along with Gru's little game for now. Nope, no good. Still asleep. First off, we need to know whether she's alive or not. Once she wakes up, have her contact us at once. Skeptical much, man? Well, sure, I don't mind passing the message, but I can't guarantee whether or not she can get in touch with you, with that trance something or another. Just keep that in mind. All of this sure is going quite conveniently for you, huh, Bruce? Everything just happens to fall perfectly into place for you, don't you think? Geez, getting off my back already. Will you? There's gotta be a limit to how much you can doubt people. I'll have you know I'm trying to be a nice person to a fellow countryman here. You're going to keep and insisting that you don't have any bad intent, eh? I think he's actually a pretty good guy. I'm hoping he's a good guy. I know she's being skeptical, but I think he just wants to go home. I know there's probably a bad reason for why he wants to go home. He might even be behind the attack, and that's why he wants to go home. It's because he's going to be like, I'm king now. But yeah. Well, that depends on your definition of bad. At the very least, I don't mean any of you harm. Neither do my goals here. Understood. Well then, Bruce, if you want to gain our trust, then you'll need to do us a favour. You sound pretty commanding, considering you're supposed to be asking me a favour. Are you up to it? Depend on what you want. Oh, it's simple. Just teach us how to make this medicine. Huh? This is Soul's little sisters. This medicine, what do you plan to do? Make it. And why do you want to do that? If what you're saying is true, then that means we'll have 4 days of free time. This is what we'll be doing to kill some time till then. I don't know what you're up to, but this is extremely easy to make. Just desiccate the base ingredient, Sagiula garlands, grind them into a powder, and then let them rest for about a week. Oh ho! Is it possible to grow this Sagiula? Making the medicine and growing the Sagiula is relatively easy. What are you planning to grow them over here? Is there a problem with growing it here? Well, yeah, it's not just here either. But this entire country, really. It won't grow in this soil. Soil? What's wrong with this country's soil? Sargiula won't grow anywhere else but in rich, fertile areas, but with volcanic pyro soil. Viscanta's soil is pretty heavily aqua attribute. Sargiula isn't even going to sprout. Pyro soil. Yep. Viscanta has to import all of its Sargiola powder from its neighbour Ceres, where there's volcanoes in there. Well, there's a lot to explain, but it takes a lot of effort to bring something over from Ceres that it's so near yet so far. There's a valley in between, right? Oh, oh, you do know. Oh, will that Sargiola grow as long as it's in its soil from Ceres? Well, as long as the environment is just right, then it should be possible. But you know, that fertile soil of Ceres is pretty expensive, you know. Regan. Hehe, that soul fellow. He's certainly sharp as a tack, isn't he, Zavitz? Yeah. Hey, don't just cut me off while I'm talking here. The soil isn't a problem. Teach us how to raise it, how to prepare it, and anything else we need to pay attention to. We'll do the rest. Is that why he was being so quiet? Because he was like, oh my god, and save my sister. Soul, let's dig a hole right now. Well, what's got into you? Hey, Zavitz, explain first, why don't you? Soul, Mill, listen up. You see. That medicine. You can grow it? Right here? Thankfully, we still have a lot of that soil left over. It looks like we can grow Sagiola right here. As long as the environment is just right, those plants won't take more than a few days to sprout. Apparently, once they've sprouted, they're easy to grow as weeds. Really? We'll be doing this to kill time while waiting for Reagan Haster's discharge. Let's prepare the area so we can grow some Sagiola. We'll make some waves, no matter how small, in this country's crumbling medical system. But by ourselves? What mill? Why the long face? No, I can't believe it. I mean, Sol's been trying so desperately to earn money to get that very medicine. I just don't know what to think right now. I wonder what's gotten into them. I'd expect them to be happier at a time at the whole prospect, but they seem to be somewhat against it. Maybe it's just the initial surprise. Anyway, let's just do it right now, for now. Sol, can you lend me a hand? Huh? Yeah, sure. So, time for you to learn about plant cultivation and Cravat? Thanks or no thanks to the Ophia you underwent, you seem to have an affinity for all four forms of manna, though it is rather crude. You should be able to pull it off as long as you concentrate. Aquacavet, the climate here is just a touch too cold. You need to keep the area around the plant at a stable temperature. Just in case anything happens, you have to be able to handle it yourself. Yeah. So put the soil in this container over here, please. I'm going to keep on digging. Well, wait, you're going too fast. Hmm. Are you all right with stepping outside? Won't it worsen your condition? It'll be fine if it's only for a short while. Lately I haven't been feeling so bad. Well, if I move around too much, I'll end up collapsing though. What is your daily routine like? Obviously you can't push yourself, but you look perfectly fine otherwise. Staying at home all day would certainly leave you bored, wouldn't it? What's with that expression of yours? No, I was just thinking that you asked pretty interesting questions is all. Interesting? Hehe. Yes. I don't exactly have a lot to do, but I won't say I'm bored either. Uh-huh. Whenever Sol gets hungry, he comes back home, so I do a little bit of cooking. But I can't really exert myself as I told you earlier. There's also the biblio-transmission. I speak with the people nearby through it. Biblio-transmission? You've never heard of it? It's been getting pretty popular around here. The biblio-transmission is like a book form of comic cravat. Whatever people write down on their book appears right in your own copy. Using the written words to hold a conversation, huh? There are stories and pictures inside. It's quite interesting to read it all. And just who are you holding these conversations with? Well, I wouldn't say I'm holding a conversation, seeing as I do as read. Besides, most of the people writing entries do it anonymously, so you won't know who's. Though judging this sounds kind of like social networking. Though judging by the way they write and their word choice, I can tell they're Viscantines. We've already got comic cravat. Why go through the trouble of writing on it all on paper? Seems like such a waste of effort. With comic cravat, you need to have both parties accept the connection. Plus, biblio-transmission lets you communicate anonymously. I suppose that is where biblio-transmission differs most from comic cravat. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here for today because I'm starving and I just wanna go and eat. Okay, have a nice day. Bye.